Hey folks, I'm back on a Sunday. Dave progandjazzman, just somebody I'm vibing with a lot, and he showed some psychedelic records. It's been a while since I've really dipped into my psychedelic section, and psychedelic to me, it is there. There is the excuse me. There is the definition of it, and then there's also the personal aspect of it, where experience comes in and personal travails. And so some things that I consider very psychedelic are maybe clumped with another genre, but to me it's psychedelic. And that's what we're listening to. For example, Faust, to me, is very psychedelic, always has been. Faust tapes, which is what I'm playing. This is psychedelic as hell. I could just go for days, and so I'm gonna show, I think, more than I talk, because this would be really long. I want to show, these are some of my favorite records under psychedelia. Faust 4 is another one here. Here's your front. Faust 4. The Mothers of Invention, Freak Out. Psychedelic without the drugs, even making fun of psychedelia in a way, and yet showing how to really do it right. Mothers of Invention, Freak Out. This is psychedelic. Even though this is considered pop, this is psychedelic. I've always associated this album, The Millennium Begin. This sound and the production on this is very hallucinatory, psychedelic. Takes you to another world. I think all that fits. Red Crayola, Parable of Arable Land. Are you kidding? Yeah, with the freeform freakouts just between each song. Yow. International artist. No, this is not an original. I did, and it's been a while since I've explained, but I've been through changes in my life through trying to get my head together in regards to religion, following a traditional religious path, and also to the point where it created a lot of angst, and I felt like I had to get rid of records because they were evil and stuff. Literally. And I had records that unbelievably collectible records, and it's funny what I kept and what I sold. Now, some records I didn't get much money for, but a lot of others I did. I got money for. So I had a box set of the international artists, but I sold it. But I got this, psychedelic. Traffic. Oh yeah. Psychedelic. And excellent. Traffic. Several of their albums. Odyssey and Oracle, The Zombies. Hell yes. The Electric Prunes, Mass Enough Minor. This is a reissue out of, it's an import from somewhere. I can't quite see. Yeah. Electric Prunes, Mass Enough Minor. This is one that I remember from the early days as a kid, hearing on parts of it on the radio and really being taken away. Also, a bunch of my classic, what I consider classic psychedelic albums, because I'm out of room or in the closet, so I couldn't grab them. Things like Jefferson Airplane, Iron Butterfly, Vanilla Fudge, so much stuff. These are the things that are still out on the shelves. Lothar and the Hand People, excuse me. The classic song Machines is on here with the theremin. Faust. Love this album. I could have pulled several Moody Blues, but this one represents In Search of the Lost Chord. And they were indeed doing psychedelics when they were making these records. In truth, they were. Wonderful. Among my favorites, Moody Blues. I include this, Rolling Stones, and as much for the cover, so this kind of will represent for the Beatles too, because sure, Sgt. Pepper, of course, it almost goes without saying, it's going to be one of my favorites too, but I dig what they were trying. At first I didn't, but yeah, I do. Gun, the Gervitz brothers, starting out. Roger Dean's first album cover commission, professional album cover. This is a head blazer in a lot of ways, and I don't think they've ever really matched the way they came out with this album, Gun, the Gervitz brothers. It wasn't that long ago that I was listening to this. Ultimate Spinach, Behold and See. Mind Flowers. Classic American psychedelia here. This is an original on MGM. I used to have the other one too. Used to. It's true though. Spirit. Heck yeah. The family that plays together. I associate this album heavily with the word psychedelic, and my early days of really absorbing alternative music. What this to me was, like stuff like this was the beginnings of, the underground alternative music, all the same to me. This I consider psychedelic. It is. I mean, I don't consider it. Flower Traveling Band, Satori. Talk about a head fuck. On Phoenix. This is a classic Japanese psychedelic trip. 10. This is excellent. Not too well known. I can't remember where they're from. The travel agency. This is an original. Tuneful and psychedelic. Just maybe 1969, 1970. Travel agency. Just like the cover. Yeah, that's what it sounds like. This is real good. Blue Cheer, Outside Inside. I've always, this is one of my favorite albums, and this is definitely tripped out. This is an original. I gotta show it's a great fold out, and this is my second copy because I got it as a kid. As a cutout because it sold like dog meat, and so it cut out right away. And when I got mine, it folds out a third way like this, and I tore this off and put it on the wall forever. Stephanie, you might remember seeing this on my bedroom wall as a kid. These guys were the first, what I considered first heavy metal band, like Steppenwolf, but these guys to me were even more heavy than Steppenwolf, and that was all about the same time to my recollection, that it all was happening. So to me, this is one of the first truly heavy metal rock bands that I'd ever heard, and psychedelic is how I still love this album. Blue Cheer. Faust. Psychedelic? Awesome. To my ears. To my Ashra Temple, Shivingungen. Now this is, they talk about this being classic krautrock, and I guess so, but this is so freaking psychedelic. Or Shivingungen. Dave mentioned Amandul. Yeah, I love him. Psychedelic. I was just playing this. Dance of the Lemmings. This is one. And then another great one by the name is Yeti. Oh, yes. This is a reissue, but I've got it double. Just keep going. Crazy World of Arthur Brown. Absolutely classic. Absolutely classic psychedelia. This entire album is progressive, prog, and psych. See, to me, there is this cross, and I think you talked about it too, Dave, with many bands and much music. There's this many elements where it's all blending, and it's wonderful. And this is the album, Crazy World of Arthur Brown. Yeah, this is an original on track, Atlantic. I don't know how many times it was pressed because it was a big hit, but this is in a U.S. pressing that goes way back. I've had a few copies. Gong, absolutely. I'm using this to represent several Gong albums, but this is like kind of like the end of the trip, you know, starting with the trilogy. You, Psychedelic. And then have to mention and include, because of experience, Electric Ladyland, Jimi Hendrix. Back in the day, when I was becoming experienced, did I have a psychedelic experience with Jimi Hendrix? Oh, many times. This is amazing. Axis Bold as Love 2. Even the first one, you know, with there's that instrumental. But yeah, Electric Ladyland. Small Faces, Ogden's Not Gone, Flake. Whew. This is the certified Small Faces remaster. And yeah, have to include this baby. Wonderful. July, where the band Jade Warrior originally started, the Dewey Brothers. Are both of them here? Or just Tony Dewey? July. This is a reissue. Of course, originals go for big money. Major Minor reissue. Psych. Clear Light. You know, this might not seem psychedelic on the surface, but actually, you know, in the context of the times of when it came out, especially some of the highlight songs on this album, Sand and Mr. Blue, two in particular. Some notable people: Clifty Young, Ralph Schuckett, Doug Lubon, Dallas Taylor were in this band. Clear Light. This is an original on Elektra. United States of America, you better believe it. Joe Boyd. Early use of electronics. Absolutely. H.P. Lovecraft 2 in particular. Oh God, this is so good. So psychedelic. At the Mountains of Madness. Talk about psychedelic. 50-Foot Hose, Cauldron. Again, groundbreaking, crazy, strange. Mr. Partboy gave this to me. Thank you, Tony, if you happen to see this again, brother. I, again, had an original. I did. This represents, because I thought I don't have the first one on vinyl. 13th Floor Elevators, Easter Everywhere. This is a nice picture disc. And Bull in the Woods, I really like that one as well. This again is mostly talked about when you talk about German rock, but Achim Reichel and Machines Echo, this is a classic of space music, which to me, the best space music is psychedelic. This is so psychedelic. Echo. This is hard to come by. And this is an original. I've had it since I was a kid. This is amazing. For me, Pink Floyd's Saucerful of Secrets represents, again, my introduction along with the Mothers of Invention to what I thought was psychedelic music as a kid. I heard this as a kid when I was, I think, 13 or 14 for the first time, hearing The Mothers of Invention and Pink Floyd, way before I did drugs. Now, I'll show this. This is a bootleg on yellow vinyl, but it plays well. Saucer Full of Secrets, and it's not that consistent of an album, but it is primarily for the title track that for me, my personal list, it's on there, favorite psychedelic albums. Just a few more. Womb. I think they were from San Francisco. Overdub. I show both of their albums. This is something that needs to be heard. Progressive and psychedelic. And also, I think this is their first album, Womb. Real cool stuff. Progressive and psychedelic. And to wrap it up, vibing with Dave, he showed some records that I have. The Zodiac Cosmic Sounds. Yeah, this is cool. Mort Garson, I have a few of his albums. Touch, this is the US. I will open this because it's it opens up, but not gatefold like that, but like this. So there's the inside like that. And then when you look at the back and you open it up, it opens up like that. And this is excellent. It is. It's a little over the top. In ways reminds me of Vanilla Fudge and something else I can't put my finger on. I always forget the main guy behind this band. He went on to do some notable things after this. I always forget what they are, but this is a great early psychedelic album. Great choice, Dave. And I don't have an original of SF Sorrow either, but I have Pretty Things, SF Sorrow, and Parachute on this twofer on Harvest out of the UK. Absolutely excellent. Amazing. Both albums. So 17 minutes. Some psych for you. You got me going, Dave.